Hi, my name is Ron Henderson. I'm with Bible Baptist Church out in Las Vegas, Nevada, out in Sin City itself. You wouldn't think you'd find a preacher out here, but there's plenty of preachers. So today I want to tell you a story today about what I call angels in the gutter. Angels in the gutter. So I'd like to open up the Word of God first, the King James Bible. I'd like to read to you Psalms 34, verse 6 through 8. And it reads, "This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him, and saved him out of all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him." Today I want to ask you a serious question. Do you ever think about angels today? How they look? Are they a male? Are they female? Do they have wings? Do they look pretty? Or are they ugly? Those are some serious things. Do angels only go to people who love God? Or do angels go to the rich only? Or maybe just to the poor and the down and out, as a lot of today's pictures would show and the books would show, an angel with wings holding up a man as he's down and out about the things of the world and his circumstances in life. But I'm here to tell you today that it's not so. It's not so. And I want to tell you about an angel in the gutter. The Bible clearly says that angels are created beings. They are spiritual beings. They're immortal. And they are innumerable. There is no way you could number the amount of angels according to the Word of God, how many angels are out there. But we do know that some are fallen. And they have fallen aside, and they're working for the devil himself. And so don't be deceived. But they can become incarnate. And when an angel becomes incarnate, he becomes a man. According to the Bible, that when an angel takes on a human form, he is always seen as a male Hebrew. And he speaks Hebrew. Today, in this world, of course, they can change their languages. They can speak in any tongue there is. They're very powerful. Too many people underestimate the power of an angel. But I'm here to tell you today, they're very powerful. But they are not perfect. They're not perfect. In the book of Job, you'll know that you can find out that they're not perfect. And that's in Job 4:18. They have their own free will. But do you ever think about angels as an integral part of your own life? How about it? Do you think about that? I want to tell you this story about this angel in the gutter, as I call it. It was about 20 years ago, actually more like 23 years ago, that I knew this man, and there was this woman. They were an average married couple. They had 4 children. They lived ordinary lives every day, just like you and me. They weren't rich, and they weren't poor. They were just an average couple living an average life, and a little home with a car and a dog and just you name it. That was it. It was everyday life for them. They lived, and when their children got to be 7 and 8 years old, the first 2 were 7 and 8 years old. There was two church people came by, church members from a local church nearby, and they came by and they invited them to church. And so, of course, the man and the woman, the husband and wife, they allowed this, and they thought, well, this is a good thing, plus someone else can watch the kids, and we have some time to ourselves. That's what they were thinking. And so they went ahead and went to church. But after a couple of weeks that went by, the children were starting to change. And as they changed, they came by, and of course the dad was home from work that day. It was on a Sunday afternoon. He was home, and he was having a few beers, just relaxing, working in the garage like a lot of men do these days. That's what they do. That's what men do. They like to work in the garage. But he was drinking a few beers and just sitting there. And the oldest girl came over to him and said, "Dad," he says, "you're sinning, and God doesn't like that." And the dad said, "What'd you say?" And he says, "Dad, you're sinning, and God doesn't like that. You need to stop doing that." That man was furious. And he went in and told his wife, "Do you know where this came from?" And they said, "Well, they just came from church, and the preacher must have told them that." And so the dad went back to the child and says, where'd you hear this from, that God doesn't like this, and that I'm sinning?" And the little girl just quietly just said, well, Dad, you're sinning and God doesn't like it. And He didn't want you to stop that. And the man was furious. This man went off. He told her, he says, that preacher's a liar. You'll never go back to that church again. He's a liar. And you ain't going back. And they never went back again. I'm not kidding. This man and this woman, it wasn't 2 weeks that went by. He lost his job. They had to sell their car to get some food for the kids and stuff. They couldn't make their payments on their credit cards. It was almost like the CIA came after them. I'm not kidding. The rug was pulled out from underneath them. They had to sell everything. And they took their one car that they did have that was paid off. They took it and they went and they left. They said, well, we're going to have to go make a life somewhere else. They never saw the hand of God touching them. They went to this other place, and sure enough, the man, he was a good man. And he could pull himself up by the bootstraps, and he did it again. He went and he got his family started. He did it. He got a job. He made good money. He wasn't dumb, man. He wasn't a dumb man. But he went and he got himself back in shape. And it wasn't a month that went by after he got up on his feet that he started feeling a little bit proud again. And the rug got pulled out again. And this happened again and again. About 6 times this happened. Till finally, one day, this man and this woman says, we can't make it no more. Their marriage was falling apart because they're trying to do it on their own. It's falling apart. So they said, well, let's go to, the man and woman said, let's go to Las Vegas. And let's see what we can do there. Maybe we can make it there. And of course, the man says, yeah, we can do it. We can do it. And they went there. When they got to Las Vegas, they had to sleep on the floor of an old, dirty motel off Fremont Street with their sister, with the man's wife's sister. Had to stay there with them for a little over a week before they could find a place. And when they found a place, here it is again, the man, good hard-working man, went and he got a good job. He became a manager of a grocery store. He was doing good, making good money. And they got up on their feet and they're strong again. Guess what happened? Guess what happened? God sent a homeless man to this man, this good man. He sent a homeless man to him into the store. And as the homeless man stood off to the side and waved this man over, this manager, he waved him over because he didn't want to steal, and he was crying.